two, one, and connecting. And
All right. Welcome back to another episode of Jays and Grays. I'm Dave Hellum. Eli, let them know who you are.
Eli Hamilton in the building, and hold on.
All right. Welcome back.
Oh, let me mute my phone.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We so
Share this
old.
video with friends. Be the first to share. Oh, we got some viewers. Hey, y'all. Sorry about that. We had
We got two people watching this shit, bro.
It don't matter. They can be the two most important people in the world.
Okay. All right.
All of you are important.
Well, I hope y'all enjoy watching the versus battle, which is like it was like Black Thanksgiving because I was so excited to watch that, man. I was at work and I was like, man, I'm about to watch the Jeezy Gucci battle, and they were just like, what are you talking about? Because I don't work with it's diverse, but you know, I don't think a lot of my coworkers were down to watch that. They be watching The Crown and shit, which is a fine show. I'm not dissing The Crown, you know what I'm saying? But
I've never
excited
watched The
about
Crown.
that.
What is that? What is The Crown?
It's about the royal family, man. I don't know. I can only watch
royal family shit.
I don't know, brother. But
When I saw everybody posting about Gucci and Jeezy versus, first I was like, I have better things to do with my life than be on Instagram with everybody else. And then I was geeked up when it came on and I was watching it too. So I don't know, man. At this point, everybody is doing like their whole post-game analysis of what happened with the. And this is not, just to be clear, this is not what this is about this evening. But we have to kind of speak on it because, you know.
yeah, it's a small topic before we get into our real conversation. Do you see this book, man? The Gucci Man Guide to Greatness. Do you understand how much
Was he being great when he was dissing Jeezy, talking about his
Jeezy tried to kill this man, dog.
That was 20 years ago. Get over it.
They don't like each other, okay? They don't like each other, and I just like Gucci swag, man. I like his flair. You know what I'm saying? Like Jeezy,
Jeezy more laid back, but like Jeezy is like that. He like that uncle at the fish fry.
he
That
look like
about that life. Like when he get old, he's still gonna be like about that life. With shades on, like, yeah.
He look
like
like
niggas like that movie, like the show.
he looked like he was like, you know, I need a style, but I don't know who I want. And then he saw a Ja Rule video and a DMX video back to back, and he was like, "Oh shit, that's me. I'm gonna be Ja Rule and DMX together."
Look,
yeah, and he talked like the Macho Man. Yeah.
Can we talk about how Atlanta looks like? Because they did that at a club, by the way.
Say what now?
They did that at a club, by the way. This versus battle. And I have a clip of how the club looks right now in Atlanta.
Okay. Wait, first of all, they did it in Magic City, right?
Now that's how Atlanta look right now.
That shit was so loud. First of all, I don't ever want to hear.
No, I turned it up so y'all can just see the people in there. So here's the thing. Atlanta is cracking right now. Obviously, they're not closed. We on punishment over here in Chicago, and I'm sure y'all on punishment over there in LA. Here's the kicker, though. Here's the kicker. They have some of the lowest corona cases
because they immune to it.
Why the fuck we can't do that shit?
Look,
I want to go outside.
It's something.
I'm going to the club so I can get immune to that shit. Let me get that. I don't want a fucking vaccine. I want to go to the club.
There's something about eating ass that cures you. I don't know. I feel like the people in Atlanta they smoke hookah, they have sex, and I feel like it's something about the juices and the sex and the racism that's in the air that it just makes you not
All
feel
I know, look, who would have known that the cure for corona was either going to the club and getting immune or all the liquor, Hennessy and fucking tequila is the cure to corona.
Are y'all
I'm
on
going back to Atlanta. I'm walking in every place with no mask. I was in Atlanta last month when nobody wearing no mask on. I'm like, what's going on here, guys? You gotta put your mask on. They looking at me like, hey, yo, goof ass. I come back to Chicago where everybody they said, somebody said goof ass. They was probably a transplant from Chicago. But either way, when I got back to Chicago, I'm masked up like, oh my God, you should see what they're doing down in Atlanta. But Atlanta got the lowest cases.
I doubt they got the lowest cases. They probably just not getting tested, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like if you, as long as you're not bleeding or like they got bigger fish to fry down in Atlanta. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but
what bigger fish they got to fry in the pandemic? All I know is they out there living their life happy as hell.
You sound so mad.
Old people ain't got it neither because they don't wear their masks either. How many Trump supporters that was fighting against wearing their mask is okay?
And I don't know the stats on that. You know what I'm saying? But people want the country to be open. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's not responsible. But I get. I think. I mean, shit. You was gonna come to LA. You supposed to come in Thanksgiving.
I still technically haven't changed or canceled my flight yet. I'm still thinking. After I watched that video, I'm like, you know what?
I mean, come. I mean, I can't say. Like, first of all, here's what was crazy. You was like, well, if I come out there, we can't do the club. I'm like, fam, we can't.
I don't go to the club. I just wanted to be around some people. But you know what? The people, the viewers here, they must have got some addiction problems because they like ain't nobody saying shit. They like, I'm ready to talk about this addiction so I can see how to cure this.
We gonna get there. We talking about Jeezy right now. Still, there's a lot of things going on in the world. A lot of current events I want to get into, but right now we're talking about Chicago not being open, and I just want to know what it feels like because like I miss being home, but I don't even know what I would be doing if I was in Chicago right now.
The same thing everybody else is doing, sitting in their ass in the house watching this. You can't go nowhere. You can't look. Let me tell you something. In Chicago, it's cold. I went out to lunch last week. And they got these little that show Quarantine when they sit inside a bubble. That's what people eat it now. I felt like I was in a lab eating some food, and I'm like, and here's the thing: it was still cold in that bitch. Like, if you're gonna make us sit inside this Hubble telescope, at least zoom some heat up in this motherfucker. I got my coat on and a hoodie, doing this over my food. She was eating her food cold as hell too. But she understood. So it sucks. And you can't go inside the bars. You can't go, ain't nothing open. And who the hell want to sit outside?
Go to Florida. Go to Florida, go to Georgia. You might not live, but you can watch Tenet in the movie theater. Like it be cracking me up. They be like, coming to a theater near you. I'm like, no, it ain't, nigga. Ain't no movies. It should just say in Florida. That's what it should say, because it's nowhere else you can go to watch movies, honestly.
They got the movie theaters open in Florida?
Man, they got everything open in Florida.
Texas got that life too, though. Texas, they opening up, it seemed like all the red states is like...
Because white folks, remember when at first black folks thought they couldn't get COVID? And we was like, oh, we can't get that shit. And then we was like, oh, shit, we dying, right? But then white folks is like, oh, shit, the niggas dying. We not dying, so I'm gonna go outside because I'm gonna be okay.
They said the hood niggas is dying, but they don't go.
It was like, we don't have diabetes.
Let me tell you something. That's a lie. These niggas is alive and well. Look, if you can survive in this month, these niggas eat fucking cheese and beef on their Doritos in the morning. First thing in the morning. You think they give a fuck about some COVID? No.
Who? The Chicago kids?
Yes. Yeah, I went to a Sicko one morning and there was some kids. This is when school was still in or whatever, getting some hot Cheetos. And I'm just like, damn, nigga, that's what y'all eating in the morning. And they're like, mind your business. And I'm like, let me taste that shit. Let me give me some hot Cheetos or some Doritos with some cheese and stuff on them. Who would have thought of that shit?
Man, I mean, it's funny though that those walking they call them walking tacos. Like I was at Second City one day, and they were like, we got Fritos with nacho cheese and ground beef on top of it, and they called it a walking taco, and it was like $13.
This is Second City.
Yeah,
appropriation at its finest. Appropriation. They ain't nobody eating that shit past 35th. Somebody told them to do that.
I think so too, though. But
That's the truth.
But back to this battle, back to this versus battle, man. That shit took me back. Like it took me back to like this bad fashion, like 2005, when you was wearing like colorful ass polos. Like I had a 3XL polo.
Oh yeah,
Remember that shit?
Franchise Boys was popular then. I had a long ass T-shirt and some Timbs. I thought I was the freshest thing. You couldn't tell me shit. My T-shirt went down to my knees. I had on some colored Timbs and some Sean John jeans. Oh my gosh, I couldn't wait to wear that shit to class.
You thought you was popping, didn't you?
I knew I was popping. You couldn't tell me shit. You couldn't tell me nothing. And I had on that's them team jackets that was popping in. I had a Cincinnati Reds jacket with a Cincinnati hat that I used to rock to the side like T.I. too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was one of the cool kids.
Yeah. I went to Morehouse. You went to TSU, which I historically black colleges. So you know we were kind of raised in the South in some way. I mean, you from what? Cairo?
Southern Illinois. No, Ullin, Illinois. ULLIN. It's about 15, 20 minutes from Cairo. Not Cairo. That's Egypt. It's Cairo, Illinois.
I can't hear you. You said what?
That's Cairo, Egypt. This is Cairo, Illinois. Okay. That's why. But I didn't grow up in Cairo. Cairo, like 20 minutes from me. It's in Southern Illinois, though. Some of y'all don't know. But yeah. But we country as hell down there. Shit, just like Chicago Countryville up here, though, too. So. But at the end of the day, man, look. All I know is that when I was down there, Gucci, Jeezy, Lil Jon, hell, Petey Pablo was cracking. This is early 2000s. Early 2000s was a good era for rap.
It was a good era for rap, but listening to these songs, like, I mean, I'm sure soon we're going to look back at 2019, 2020, and the shit that we wearing now is trash. But like you go back and you listen to the music, some of the music is cool. Like you go back and you get an old Kanye. I'm just thinking about who was popular back in like that whole neo soul era.
Yeah,
Little Brother, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, this 50 first hit the scene was ridiculous.
But even when you go back and listen to Get Rich or Die Trying, like it's not that good of an album to me.
To me,
you know
I think it's overhyped. I'm the same way. It's overhyped to me. Like, I mean, people like this is one of the greatest albums. I thought it was okay. I've heard a lot better. I like The Massacre. People thought that was.
I don't know what you heard about me, but I'm a motherfucking piano, and then like it's like over this like calypso beat. You like what is this? Like, but you know.
But going to HBCU, and you can attest to this because you was in Morehouse, and like in the heart of like trap music, and I was in Nashville, and there's some country trap niggas down there too. But I really gained an appreciation for Southern trap music when I went to college. Because before that, I was all like Mobb Deep, you know, East Coast rap, lyrics, all of that. And I'm like, I still like 8Ball, MJG and whatnot, and UGK and all of that, and T.I. But when I got down there, I'm like, oh, I kind of like this. This stuff kind of slapping. The beats is dope. They can't really rap all that well, but I do like the beats. And that's when then I was clubbing at that time, like, you know, early 20s. I'm like, oh, bet we going to the club. Yeah, they playing that. I would get hyped, drunk, riding, driving, and yeah. I think that's how I started my addiction, at least in college.
Definitely, man. I must concur. Like honestly, I think I was a NASA scholar in college. So during the summers, actually, let's rewind. Freshman year, I didn't drink nothing. I was a good old boy.
You didn't hold on. You didn't start drinking till you was what?
No. I started drinking my freshman year, but I didn't come in that way. You know, I wasn't that type of person. I'm not gonna do none of that stuff. And then I remember we went to some club. They had like 18-year-old clubs in Atlanta. You had to be 21. Where like you got a wristband if you were 21, but you was 18, you could just go in there. And I remember we would go to this liquor store that was on campus at Morehouse, and this old lady that would sell bootleg liquor to the students. It was very shady, but you know she'd make money. And my go-to drink was Bacardi Limon.
Oh, what? I think we all started that. Oh my gosh,
that's a gateway drug. Bacardi Limon is like marijuana,
and it was like $10 for a fifth,
brother.
Yeah, we used to buy that shit like the whole freshman year. That was our go-to. We had the handle. No, it ain't have a handle on a.
No, it didn't have a goddamn handle.
It was just the neck. We had that.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that make
great minds think alike. As you pour
up some drink right now, some Cazadores. What are you sipping on, Elijah?
Oh man, I just got some Chummies Ulinzi tea. It's a great beverage infused with happiness.
You got a theme song?
Not yet. I could make up one on the fly, but I don't want to lose the few viewers that we got right now. So
I remember we used to have another edible service back in the day, and you had a theme song. It was called
If You Want to Go Night Night, Eat You a Kai Bite.
If you want to go night night, eat you a kite bite. I'm like, this sounds like rape. What? But so hold on. So you drinking edible juice?
Yes, and it's amazing.
Edible juice. So how long does it take to kick in? Because this is pretty immediate.
Activation time about 10 minutes. Activation time about 10 minutes, man. And I love this stuff, man. It's coming 3 flavors. So this is like a Ulinzi. So it's Ulinzi and Nguvu and Talia. And it's derived from like a
those sound like the names of Kwanzaa. Like
well, here's the thing though, actually, because
Talia and Ulinzi.
But no, here's the thing. So Kenya is the largest manufacturer of tea in the entire world. So these are Kenyan names, and they have a name because of the herbs that they made with calm, power as far as energy, and tranquility. You know what I'm saying? So you basically, the certain herbs, like this one is made with echinacea and elderberry. And then you have some that's made with like soursop, lemon verbena, if you know about them herbs. I didn't know nothing about it.
I don't know shit about those herbs.
Yeah. But all I know, this shit is fire. It's made with raw honey. Yeah, not euthanasia, echinacea.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say like that shit kill you?
No, it's good for you. Like it's good for you, and it's amazing. Chummies, Ulinzi tea. This is just one of the 3. But anyway, so I, whenever I didn't want to drink tonight because I'm in a weight loss contest with my homeboy from the gym because he was talking shit. I made a post on Facebook about maybe a month ago how somebody challenged me to wrestling, and I don't back down from nobody. Let me take that back. Eli, don't back down from nobody. You hear that? And
so you talking in third person?
Yeah, whenever I talk tough, I talk in third person. Eli don't back down from nobody.
Who challenged you? Do I know this person?
With fat ass. And I'm like, you a cameraman for comics. I ain't fucking scared of you, boy. But apparently he used to be like a championship wrestler in high school, and he put me on my shit quick, and my shoulder hurt for like 2 days.
All right.
So he been talking shit ever since then. So he want to challenge me and everything. So now we in this weight loss contest, and I'm gonna win. So that's why I'm not drinking no alcohol, and I'm drinking on this Chummies.
But you drink juice. There's probably more calories in the juice than there's in alcohol, or the same amount.
No, it's made with purified water and organic juice just for the flavoring though, but it's actually pretty healthy for you though. Okay, I enjoy it a lot.
Well, buy some weed juice from Eli. Slide in his DMs and get some.
I know weed juice, not me. I ain't got it. I just know where to get it. It's amazing.
Also, you don't sell this.
No.
Okay. Excuse me.
It's Ulinzi tea, but it's great. So it's amazing.
We were talking about kind of like I was talking about my freshman year, and keep buying alcohol from like the trap house where the lady sold like bootleg liquor. So I think my introduction to drinking was like we would go to the club, and I'm kind of a shy person. You know what I'm saying? It's weird that I do comedy. I would never think that I'm gonna fucking doing this shit. That's why I like being a writer. Like I don't like talking. When I'm on stage, like I don't like to talk to people. I might grab a microphone, vent. That's me talking. That's like therapy. So I'm kind of a shy person. But anyway, first night we go to this club, they give me the Lamone, and I turned into the most confident. I turned into like Stephon Urkel.
That's how it started. Man, that's how we got addicted.
You couldn't tell me shit. There was not a single woman that I could not talk to and feel like I was the most suave motherfucker. And
this is crazy. I think the intro to alcoholism started just like that. Because I swear to God, I ain't never been shy. I was always like the outgoing, the goofy person, the class clown,
the Hebrew Israelite. Oh, yeah, you got to be.
Oh yeah, that too. But that didn't have nothing to do with me being just silly and bad as hell in school. But all I know is that when it came to girls, I was a little shy. But when I got that drink, boy, look, come here.
You sound like a little creepy. I want to give a shout out.
I wasn't creepy at all. They liked it. I was funny.
Please don't ever say that.
They would never.
Don't you ever say that shit again.
Let's get it twisted. I ain't never forced myself on nobody. But what I'm saying is this. I
want to shout out our few viewers that are watching the show. Patrice, Jackie, high school friends. Who else is Be Self. My co-worker and great person, Octavia Bray, is watching the show. She gonna be like the shit. And she is the shit now, but like she's about to be super popping. I love her so much, and I'm glad she's watching.
Hey guys,
we be at work on the Zoom all day, and the fact that you're watching this podcast with 5 people.
You see any of my people on there? Because if not, I'm cussing their ass out right after this.
I don't know. I don't.
If you don't know, they probably know me. So
I doubt it. But back to the club, I became like super confident, man, and I think that became like I was like, I like this feeling.
Can we get a drunk story from you from the club? A memorable drunk story.
They don't end well, dog. Like they start off good.
We need to have these tough conversations because this show's about addiction, and this is how some people stop drinking after like a super embarrassing moment.
I think one of the worst moments I had, like, you mean like in the club from drinking too much?
In public, period.
Oh man, ooh. I think probably that night I passed out in the back of that pickup truck.
Oh, Jokes and Notes?
Outside of Jokes and Notes, and then y'all gave me a funeral.
And it was put French fries all over you.
It was like somebody came up and gave us what do you call that?
No, we were singing Boys to Men, End of the Road.
Yeah.
And you was past the fuck. You didn't wake up with shit.
Well, not to make excuses for that, but I think my dad had just passed, so I was going through that was back in 2014, and I was just trying to drink my pain away because I didn't know what the fuck was really going on in the world. But that's the point of this episode, I think, is that we're talking about just addictions and stuff like that, and I had to be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much fun as me and you have had, where we driving around Chicago back in the day, Lakeshore Drive. We used to buy a bottle from what was it, Kimbark liquor, and just be reckless and just drive around like drinking it, like pre-gaming it, quote unquote. But it's kind of
reckless, man.
Shouldn't be doing this.
The thing is like at that point we was in our 30s.
Yeah, but that's exactly my point, dog. Like we were acting like we were teenagers, but I'm like I got on Spanx acting crazy,
like when I first got into comedy. And I wasn't working a job. I was doing comedy full time for 15 months. It was some of the most fun, memorable, reckless ass years of my adulthood. And because it was like open mic, shows, and they all took place where liquor was at. And you mix that with a bunch of alcoholics, people who depressed, people who just like to have fun.
Oh yeah, man.
People who are, I want to say insecure around, this person because there's a lot of status quo in comedy, and a lot of those things are ingredients for alcohol because alcohol lowers your inhibitions, right? and
Don't say.
and I think that at that point, like it was already there, but it just kind of intensified it and heightened it even more when we was, out. And I mean, man, with me, I think, man, Dave, I wrecked like 3 cars. Off being drunk. And this was back in college, you know what I'm saying? This is like even after college, after I was just partying like that. And it still didn't kick in.
How do you get that fucked up though? You like, I'm still gonna put myself in position. Cause like this podcast, the show, whatever, like this is why I chose you to be my co-host, because we can talk about the real shit. The real shit. Yeah. And like I remember one night you was driving in Chicago and you were like changing songs, like looking at the road, like I was tipsy as hell. I was like, we gonna die tonight. Like this is not. But we got home by the grace of God as always. But it's kind of like
it was always the grace of God. It wasn't me having skills behind the wheel, bro. I done dozed off and stopped at red lights, and people woke up to people honking at my home. I remember one year it was homecoming. We was in Carbondale, SIU homecoming, and man, we had got so faded, and I had like busted a U-turn right over the median. Not a little median, a big ass yellow median.
You fucked the whole car up.
No, I thought I would have. The police was right behind me and didn't pull me over. And we had open 40 ounces. I think I was like 20, 21 years old. We had like open, it was 4 of us in a Tercel, in a Toyota Tercel. I still remember that car.
Yeah.
With open 40-ounce bottles. And my guy like, oh shit, the police. Oh, they left. They probably like, man, it's homecoming. Let them be great. They them young, stupid college kids. And that's exactly what we was, man. I almost hit these kids on campus and on SIU campus. I used to be real reckless back then. It's like I was a freshman, sophomore. And they ran across and I'm like, and they like, fuck you. And I said, fuck you. Watch where you going. We got the right of way. No. And then the police ran up with a mag light, like, hey, pull over. I'm like, oh shit, I tried to skirt off real quick. And then it's like 3 police pulled us over. And it was me and my boy in the car. And so I started like grabbing some pennies out the ashtray because I heard that if you suck on a penny, then it like masked the liquor, and that shit didn't work. It didn't work.
It does not mask liquor. And now you have a disease.
Lint, ashtrays, old candy, old French fries.
Sucking penny dick, and now you gotta.
Hey man,
which is fine. I'm not knocking that. That's what you choose.
You think, when you drunk in the truck, bro.
But why? But why? The question is still why. Like, I'm lucky enough to never have gotten a DUI. There have been times when, because on Lakeshore Drive, people don't know this in Chicago. That's like the gateway from like the north side to the south side. So a lot of times coming back from the north side, you'd be driving down Lakeshore and heading southbound, and the cops like to hide in the cut. So I think the speed limit is 45,
which is a whole speed trap because ain't nobody
which is super slow. So let's say you're doing 55, maybe 60, which ain't crazy, but it's just what it is. You get pulled over, and one night I had to do the sobriety test, and I passed it, but I was struggling, not because I was drunk, because I'm fat. So I'm just like she was like, do this. I'm just like, ma'am, I'm not that drunk. It's really hard to touch my toe right now. Like, just give me a second. Let me just catch my breath. And then she let me go. But I was like, I don't want this ever again. So like now,
kudos to you, because I failed my sobriety test miserably. He told me to do that heel over toe. Oh man, the first step, I fell into his arms and he called me like a romance novel. And I'm
like a novella.
Man, he said step heel over toe. I was trying to cheat. He's like, no, not like that. You got to put the heel in front of the toe. And I'm like, oh shit. And yeah, I just tipped over and he caught me. He's like, whoa, big fella, be careful.
But
I'm like, let's stop the chit chat. Just take
Did you
me
get a DUI?
Yes, I got a DUI. I was so nice because I was like, man, if I just be nice to this dude, maybe he'll let me. He said, do you have anything else in the car? I said, yeah, it's a bottle of Snapple underneath the seat with some Tito's and cranberry juice in there. He's like, thanks. And because he was gonna find it. I didn't want to lie. He was gonna find it. And
so you thought if you told the truth, he was gonna be like, you know what?
Bro, I was already faded. Only thing I didn't do was blow. And the thing is, I'm thinking, this is how I knew I might have a drinking problem because I said, man, I done been way more faded than this driving. And then my conscience in the back of my head, like, shut the fuck up. I was drunk. I was just talking reckless. My conscience in the back, like, what the fuck is you doing? Shut your dumb ass up. And I'm just like, man, I done been way more faded than this. And
oh, I hate you. I hate you. You know what's crazy? I'm just be sharing stories about. I think I just got good karma, and I'm knocking on wood right now that this don't ever come back. But I was going to the Horseshoe in like Hammond, Indiana, one night, and I was drinking like Four Loko. This is my dad was still alive, but I was just doing like reckless dumb shit. I was driving, drinking a Four Loko. I had been buying them, you know, those small little liquor thing.
Yeah, the little shooters.
So I'm about to go play poker, turning up. I get pulled over for some reason. I don't know why I got pulled over, but I threw the Four Loko across my car. Like, and the officer said, I saw you just throw that bottle. Because I don't know what that was, but I saw you toss it. I was just like, okay. So then I did your approach. I said, hey, I'm going to play poker, man. My out was always, I'm a school teacher, man.
That's the way you just said that.
I'm a school teacher, man. Like, just let me go. And then he would look at me like, go ahead. And then I would get let out. I don't know. Like, it's just, these are very dark times back in the day. But, you know.
Man, I mean, you know what?
Real shit.
I mean, that just kind of comes with age and maturity. And it's just funny how it kind of transitions into like, it starts off as fun for the longest it is fun. You know, you could do so much amazing shit off alcohol. It's like they call it courage in a bottle. But it's like a side effect. You know what I'm saying?
It's sad is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's, I remember one night we were going out recently. This is after I moved to LA and I was back in Chicago. And I think we were about to go out and he was like, man, let's go get a bottle. And I was like, we can just buy drinks in the club. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm at a point now where I was doing better than I was in Chicago a little bit. So I was able to just like, because let's be real, we weren't able to do that for real. Like, you know, you might be able to spend $30 maybe going out, but you didn't have money like that.
I don't care how much money I make.
I will always drive pregame. No, that's not the point of this podcast episode, Eli. It's called I Need an Intervention.
I might not drive.
How we are better people, not how we are going to keep doing the same reckless shit. Because guess what? It's not worth it. An Uber.
I didn't say I would drive. I didn't say that, but I would definitely pregame. I'm not about to spend no $14 for a drink with this much, and I can for $14 more, I can get a whole entire bottle.
I don't know, man.
Sounds like a bargain to me if I just go to the liquor store.
Ain't them life goals where you can just be able to be like, you know what, I'll pay it, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you just out kicking it. You know
I mean, I can't drink like I used to anyway, man.
Exactly. Like you go to the promontory. The promontory drinks is expensive as hell. Promontory is a very dope Southside bar entertainment space. But now you like, well, now I'm like, I can't speak for you. I'm just like, I don't mind paying it because that's a lot less damage you're gonna do to your body. And this is something we haven't got into yet about the physical effects of like how old we really are from our days of drinking. Because I'm 39 on the outside. I look relatively okay, but on the inside, I'm 76. Okay, like I am Sidney Poitier on the inside. Like it's not a game. It's not okay. Like this one, you look young. I was like, yeah, but my insides They old.
Yeah, yeah. You know what, man? Yeah, hangovers take a lot out of you, man. You wake up and like you would think yourself, you ask like, yo, did I get
Nigga.
jumped last night? Why am I hurting so bad?
You ever been so hungover that you dream about going to gas stations and it's about Gatorade?
You want to go so bad, but you can't.
I've been so drunk and dehydrated that I dream where I'm like, pull the car over. I need some Gatorade. But you know,
The headaches is what do it for me with these hangovers. I can't. The headaches will last the whole day, and it's like your energy is so drained because your body is trying to detox all of that toxic shit. And
Right.
I always say like, yo, I can't do this no more.
which is why this is why we can't do the mixed drinks no more. Like remember back in the day we would drink all the
Long Islands,
the sugary stuff because it'll be strong, but that shit will.
the Long Island's iced teas. Yeah,
If you have fact, you 39 now, right? Did you know that if you have 4 Long Islands in one night, you will die
I believe
instantly?
it.
Instantly,
I believe it.
yeah.
I believe it.
It's,
Cause I used to get you ever snapped at the bartender like, damn, that's all you gonna pour in there?
and they be like, yo broke ass. Or you ever like slid the bartender $5 as a tip?
And
Like,
like,
keep going.
I'll be
He'd be like,
like, keep them coming. It's more where that came from.
And
You
he'd
know
be
when
like,
you got like $7 left in your pocket.
you broke bitch. Please.
But man, you know, it's just funny, man, because you know, on a like serious note, man, I used to go back to homecomings all of the time, and people that I graduated with, or that was around my same age or in my class, and you would see them like years later, and they look fucked up, and I'm like, I don't know if it's life or drink, but
Or both.
or both, and I think that's part. I think what happened that really that didn't trigger like, okay, I might need to chill out because I don't want to turn out like this. I really just think it became what age and maturity and responsibilities. I'm like, I can't get fucked up like this. I don't even want to get fucked up like this. Even if I'm at the crib, you know, I had so many embarrassing times where people would like laugh as a good time, but when I would look back at the photos that they were taking me sleep, then put whipped cream on me, or some chick got a fucking titties in my face smiling, and I'm like, damn, how the fuck did I miss that? Why didn't nobody wake me up? But whatever, it was like
those potluck parties at your house back in the day were like at some
I
point you would just fall
that.
asleep.
But see, that was amongst friends, personal friends in my house. I'm talking about at the club. I can't, bro. I done fell asleep at the club at least 5 times. At least 5 times.
I've been there.
And I'm like, this ain't cool, man. Like, this is like, I'm too much of a swagged out dude to be doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know when to stop. And as much as jokes as people laughed about, oh, this is Eli or Edi back, whatever they call me, Butter. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, y'all think it's funny. I don't think it's funny. And it was kind of almost sad, man. I remember when I forgot this dude's name. He's a comic out of Atlanta. He used to make those
Daryl Down?
No, he white. He made he used to make those
Oh, you say it like that? No, he white. Okay.
no, because Daryl Down is black, like not dark skin black, but like nigga black. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
Please don't
totally
say that.
polar
Please
opposites.
don't ever say that again on this podcast. Go ahead.
But either way, I forgot his name, but he was going through some sobriety, and he was like logging it every single day. And
is he older, younger?
He around our age. He's actually kind of popular. Man, I can't even think of his name. He used to do those customer service where he would like troll them like it was people would complain, and then
like a prank phone call.
It wasn't a phone call. It was like he would respond like via email or whatever.
Okay. Well,
like,
I have no
for like a company or something. Either way. Okay. But he was like talking about every day, like how he has his sobriety was going for him, and then I'm up here struggling trying to quit drinking, and he got to like day 138, and I remember one day morning I woke up and I was looking at my Facebook. I had a hangover, and I think I had an embarrassing night, and I'm reading that shit, and my nigga, I'm not lying, I cried. I swear to God, I cried. I'm like, yo, I got an issue. You know what I'm
Say
saying?
what?
I might have been harder on myself because I was drunk and I might still have been like a little emotional or whatnot.
That sounds like you're very drunk. Yes.
Yeah, because I'm like, who the fuck? Why the hell am I crying? Like, this is crazy. But I think at that point, like, I started struggling with my demons. Like, and I'm 39 now, but I think that was like 33, 32. You know what I'm saying? When I did that, and I'm like, yeah, I think I might have an issue, man.
What's the longest you've gone without drinking?
13 days.
Yeah. It's crazy. I think that for me is probably somewhere around less than that, you know, like a week. Actually, when I was Muslim, when I went through those Muslim years, when I was Dawood, and my life outside of having a Muslim marriage was was better in a lot of ways because I wasn't on that. You know what I mean? I was going through other things like having a Muslim wedding, but other than that, I feel like I was more focused, you know. And I think living in LA, I've seen a lot of people die from like suicide, especially this year. It's been a rough year with that, but it's funny that people want to get out to LA or New York so quick from Chicago and move out, but I see people who come out here to LA from their hometown and they get wrecked, they get destroyed by the city because they're not popping the way they thought they were gonna be popping.
So it's like turns into insecurities and depression.
Man, that shit. Substance abuse, or the other side of that, you become so popular and make so much money that now you're in the shit, and then you get into these lifestyles of things. I've lost a good friend of mine to some shit, and to even having conversations like, yo, and then they're like, yo, I gotta chill out with this shit. I'm just like, yeah, you probably should, but then you don't really make a big deal about it. But then then you don't, and then a couple weeks later they're not here. So
you know what they say about alcohol, right? One of my good friends told me this. He a lot old. I won't say a lot older, but he's about 10 years.
I don't know.
He says that first the man takes the drink, then the drink takes the drink, then the drink takes the man. And it's kind of like the steps, you know what I'm saying? It's not all in one sitting. It's just over time. That's typically what happens.
Right.
You know what I mean? You feel like you don't really know. And I think this is especially with like white alcohol, especially Bacardi Limon, since we're talking about that's how we started out.
It
would creep up on you. And then when it did, it would just hit you hard. It would hit you hard. Next thing you know, you on top of somebody's hood of their car in the parking lot, like screaming and rapping a song, and motherfucker like, get the fuck off my car. And you want to like, yo,
why is that the go-to thing whenever you get drunk is you start freestyling? You be like, yo, hold on.
Did you see this video?
No, I'm about to kick it off right now, yo. Freestyling on the episode.
Oh.
Coming back like Alamo.
Oh.
And I'm a flow like I got a cold. I'm from the city that's so cold.
So cold.
Chicago cats be so old.
So old.
I'm like coffee, but I'm still bold. Mm-hmm. Like this chat with like freestyles like that. You know what I'm saying? But then your man be like, oh man, that shit was amazing, right? And then you go get food, and that's your night.
No, I mean definitely good times though, man. Definitely good times. But it's a video that got shared on Facebook a couple of days ago. This dude was drinking some Patron, and they still have the little the little towel in there that they in the bar that they pour with, the spout pourer, and he was just taking that shit to the face, and they just kept showing like over the time like how he was at the VIP and they was dancing all on him, and he was just getting drunker, and it was like Weekend at Bernie's. He was just kind of lifeless, and they was like oh, and they was recording him clowning him. And then he ain't had no shirt. He took his shirt off. He was fat. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had no shirt on. And then girls was around him, like, you know what I'm saying, standing over him with a skirt on and shit, just like teasing him because they know he wasn't gonna wake up. And then like at the end of the night, they had him in the crib and he was Earling on himself. And I'm thinking like, yo, first and foremost, those some crab ass friends, right? Second of all, when this dude wakes up tomorrow, he's gonna have the worst headache and the worst hangover ever. And number three, he's gonna be embarrassed as shit and mad. So that will alone right there kind of give you a lot to really kind of take in. Cause like, man, how my people I'm with let this shit happen? You know what I'm saying? And why y'all put it out here for the world to see? For the world, you ain't share amongst your homeboys. You put that shit on Facebook, social media.
I agree.
And, like, that's humiliating. That is humiliating. And God forbid if this man ever get a job in corporate America and that happens to kind of show up, it's gonna fuck him up. No matter how many years later, that shit gonna fuck him up. You know what I'm saying? And it's partly his fault because he got that drunk. But it also makes you think like that's you grow up like, yo, that's a wild, reckless behavior that I used to do. And I mean, man, we can sit here, we can talk about stories for like, man, for hours. I got plenty of drunk, funny stories. Plenty of them.
Nigga, I've been there for so many. And then like I have not been there for so many as well, but I have seen escapades. Remember that night we were driving around? I think this was right before my dad passed. But for some reason, we were at a gas station. You jumped out with a fur vest on, and you started dancing outside of the car at the gas station.
Drunk as hell.
Drunk as hell. And I was just like, what? Like, what is happening? But
I got one more story, and then we can move on. But I have to tell you this one. This is the worst thing that happened to me on alcohol. So, my first girlfriend from college had told me that she was going to meet me at this club. It was like a bar called the Courtyard. It used to crack on Tuesday nights. And my boys had came in town, my boy Simp, and then it was Mike. We had said, all right, cool, I'll meet you there, whatever. We get there and it's packed. Now, man, you was a bunch of TSU people that's in there. And I knew a lot of them because, you know, whatever. But, you know, we got up in there and she was sitting at the booth, her homegirl, and there was like 3 other dudes at the booth sitting with her. So I'm like, oh, word? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bet. So I kept walking past. I just kind of gave her a look like you foul as hell. Like, so I went to the bathroom. When I came out, she was standing out there like, it ain't what you think, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, hell no, fuck that. You do you, and I'm going to do me. So as the night progressed, I'm drinking, whatever, and I start talking to this girl, and she walks over there, and she says, hey, and she starts talking, but the music loud, and I can't really hear. The girl tells her, we don't want to be bothered. I didn't hear her tell her that, but she's like, oh, for real? So she goes back to the other side club and she calls my phone like, I'm about to fuck you in that bitch up. And I'm like, what you talking about? And then I'm thinking like, well, why'd you fuck up when you was over here? Whatever. So I'm like, at the end of the night, I'm fucked up. I'm like, oh, yo, let me try to square this out before I leave. And she got to talking shit. And she had a bottle in her hand like she was gonna hit me. So I kind of pinned her up against the wall, like, you ain't gonna do shit. And she was trying to kick me and bite me and all that, whatever. So I just took the bottle and I just chucked it, you know what I'm saying, and hit the wall or whatever. And she's like, get him out of here. And security put me out in front of all these people. So I'm like, get off me. And I'm drunk. So now when I get outside, I'm drunk, I'm embarrassed, and I'm pissed. So I'm like, fuck that. So I walk over to her car and I donkey kick it. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, nah, that ain't enough. So then I just jumped on the hood and like Incredible Hulk starts stomping on the hood like boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when I jump off, my boy is like, man, your ass tripping. I'm like, fuck that bitch. I'm drunk. She humiliated me. And it's Timberland prints all over the hood, all type of evidence, all over the car, the donkey kick from the side of the car, like at least 12 footprint stomp prints on the top of her hood. And so the next morning, like on my way to the crib, my boy might say, you're gonna regret doing that. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't regret shit. And I woke up the next morning and I'm like, I can't believe I did that shit. As soon as I woke up, the phone ringing. And she was like, I was like, hello? You going to jail. I'm like, what you talking about? Look what you did to my car. I'm like, what happened to your car?
Oh my God.
She's like, she said, I know it was you. She's like, it's Timberland prints all on my car. Like, how many people wear Timberlands? Everybody. I said, that wasn't me. I would never do that. And then 5 minutes later, I called her back like, all right, man, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll pay for it. I'll pay for the, you got insurance, right? Yeah, I'll pay for the deductible. And right at that, we ended up breaking up like not soon after that. But yeah, I'm like, that was the beginning of my problems. But I didn't know I had a problem at that point because I was only what 22 when that happened. 22, 23, 22 years old. So hey, you know, yeah,
I mean, we grow, you know. I think that's
we
the whole
grew up from
point
that.
of.
Yeah, that was
I think that's
old,
the
but
whole
yeah.
point of this episode. Is like I've lost a lot of folks this year. I lost an uncle this year who struggled with addiction his entire life. Died super early, you know, and I don't know what he died from. I just know he's no longer here. It could have been drug related. It could have been natural causes. I don't know, but I think it's harder because we'll both be 40 soon, and as much as this episode is called "I Need an Intervention," it could also be called "I Need to Grow Up," because it's like the things that we like to do as comics. Let's be honest, they're fun to us because we live this life as. But who in our age group, from your friends, is still living on the life that you live as a comedian? I know most of my friends have families, wives, husbands, whatever, and they cannot do the shit that we do and go out to 3 a.m, kicking it, and then come home and do it all again. Like their partner would not allow that, or not even allow it, but they kind of realize that's not what they want to be doing either. So I think it has to be a switch that clicks for us. Like, all right, I'm gonna chill out, or maybe not. I don't know. I guess it depends on like what you want, but it's because there could be an argument like, you know what, if I die early and I die happy, then I'm doing what I want to do, as opposed to like
But
just.
yeah, I mean, there is nothing positive about getting drunk after the age of like 30. You know what I'm saying? When you think about it though, you know, I would always tell myself, hey, I'm gonna drink, but I'm not gonna get drunk. But then after so many times, I'm like, I don't know how to drink without getting drunk. Now I do, but then I didn't. And some people don't necessarily know how to cut that off because it's like, oh, I'm cool. I'm gonna take one more drink. I mean, you could be thinking like, man, why am I still drinking? I'm drunk as hell, but why do I want another drink?
It gets social a lot of times, especially when dealing in comedy. Just being honest, like when the show is over, like even when take it back to when I was producing stand up with James, like we'll be around so much alcohol at the show, and
And
then we'll
it's
get
so
free.
accessible.
We would get we would get free drinks sometimes, but then the show's over, and now, oh shit, Michael Che is here, and that's like let's go across the street and just go ham, you know what I mean? Or let's say Michael Che is not here. Let's just say it's just a regular weekend. It's just like you keep the party going, and that's just Chicago too. Like LA is not as much of a drinking city as Chicago is. Chicago drinks more than.
It's
I've,
definitely a
I've,
drinking
I've only
ass
seen
city.
like Milwaukee do better. I feel like the fatter and the whiter the city is, like the more it is going to drink.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
joking. I think so.
I can't get down with the beer though, man. I'm not a beer drinker at all.
No, beer is great, man. You gotta find some good beers because like beer is chill. But you work out a lot. I don't think it would affect you that much. But beer keeps you from like going crazy. But you don't want to get the watery beer that's like slits. But like you want to get the stronger beer where like you have two of them. You be like, okay, I'm kind of tipsy off these two beers. I'm chilling. Or let's say like I want a shot with these two beers, and then like you're good for the night.
Mm.
But you don't want you don't want a lot of hard drinking the older you get. I'm much more of a wine cider person. I will fuck up a cider. You be like, oh, you got some hard cider? I turn into like a little bad bitch. Oh.
I kind of want to get in on like the whole wine thing,
Why don't you
but
drink wine? You should.
I mean it's cool. I'm not a big wine connoisseur,
No,
but I
but you
mean
don't.
the thing is, I would prefer to do the wine than the hard liquor these days. Just to kind of really kind of mellow me out. To be honest with you, I don't know if I'm gonna ever quit drinking.
Hey, Hey, that's been the episode. Thank y'all for tuning in to Jays and Greens. That's what we came to tonight.
Hey, I only gotta quit drinking, but I think I'm done really getting drunk though. I know how to do it now. Like, okay, 1 or 2 drinks, I'm cool. I'm feeling it. I'm straight.
We gotta get our numbers up, man. It's this podcast is so fun, and I think that I have so much fun doing it with you. But then you like look up and it's like 3 viewers. And it's like
it's the second one though. It's cool. They'll watch it later.
Yeah, it's kind of late too. I mean, I'm not tripping on it too much, but it's.
I'm just enjoying the conversation though, man. To be honest,
Dave and Eli go to therapy with each other.
We're gonna get like a DM tomorrow. Like, hey, I seen you guys' episode. You know, I know a good rehab. You know, if you like, get the fuck out of here. We just having a conversation. Ain't nobody having no issues like that.
But we gotta get out of here, man. We've been on here for like a little bit longer than an hour now.
I would just say to anybody out there, I mean, we definitely got to end it off on like some positive.
No, you just said I'm not gonna stop drinking. I was just like, well, that's the perfect place to end the episode. Like,
but that's not a bad thing. I'm cool now. But I know alcoholics. I mean, I have alcoholics in my family, and
we are functional like that.
I don't even drink like that though.
I got you.
I might drink maybe once, twice a week, a couple cocktails. Remember when you used to go get physicals, and they said, "Hey, do you drink?" And I'm like, "Yes." And how many drinks do you have a week? And you're like,
"You be like 19."
What the fuck? Let me see. That was a double shot. Try to lowball your numbers so you don't seem like a damn asshole. I'm like, well, I mean, I only drink on the weekends, but when I do, I get it in. And they be so calm. They be like, okay. And I'm like, what you writing down there? And they're like, 17.
I went to a black doctor. Right. I went to a black doctor that somebody recommended to me. And he was like, you know you fat as fuck, right? And I was like, you know, I just mentioned. He was like, he said, you are morbidly obese. I said, no, I'm not. He said, yes, you are. He's like, your BMI is like 28%. And I was just like,
is that a high BMI, 28%?
I think so. I mean, I'm trying to remember this story from it's like 5 years ago. So
I gotta look at my BMI. Shit
got real. Well, anyway, we gotta get out of here, man. We will not have an episode next Thursday because guess what? That is Thanksgiving. But you need to decide if you're coming out here, man. If you come to LA, we're gonna be inside this house, talking, drinking, having tea, edible tea that you like to have. But it's nowhere to go in LA. So I'm
gonna ship some out there. Yeah. We're gonna get you off that. What kind of liquor is that you drinking right now, Dave?
This is agave tequila.
We're gonna get you off that agave. We're gonna get you on this chummies, this tea right here, baby. This is the real deal. It's no alcohol. It won't make you go do no crazy, embarrassing shit. It's just gonna be real mellow, and you can play some music and just vibe out.
I would like to try it. Maybe I can like take some and then like go paint.
And you can create.
Yeah, I like.
You gonna write the most fire script for Raven, and they're like, damn, we want to promote you to like executive writer after this. This shit, you're gonna start drinking the tea a lot, and then you're gonna get addicted, and then it's gonna make the so.
Oh shit! My laptop fell.
Okay,
I'm moving stuff around, but I'm old, and that is what it is. Well, thank y'all for another episode of Shades and Grays. We'll be back in 2 weeks after Thanksgiving with another just world changing episode. Like you all,
we got so much good shit to talk about.
I love how we have ourselves up. Like this is the best podcast.
It is. What the fuck you talking about? It's amazing. We're gonna have a raffle too, y'all. We're gonna have a raffle. We're gonna raffle off some real stuff. We're just waiting for the right time.
We gotta get some guests in here too, because we have a lot of resources of people who can come in here and be dope contributors. But we just want to give you a view of me and Eli hosting and vibing with each other. But it's gonna be some guests on. We'll get into some real shit.
Realness.
But all right, y'all. Thank y'all for episode 2 of Jays and Grays. We will see y'all soon. Peace.
Thank you all for watching. Be safe, y'all.